Hey guys, welcome to my deck with another one of my deck preview today. And newbie I started as said Dragon Empire, which is Nirvana deck itself. For the right deck, it's quite simple really. Trickstar as a starter. Grade 1 will be Reno, Grade 2 will be Ryu, and Grade 3 will be Nirvana as per usual. I mean, you can swap Trickstar for any of the going second draw one starter if you want to, since we're not going to be playing base Ryu to solve that out, but I still use him as the starter as for space in the main deck. And at least I know that I have like a Trickstar in so to get so pass it out with Damari or even Elgar. So let's drop zone and just bring it back up. For grade 3 lineup will be of course 3 Nirvana, as 4 is one of them is already in the main deck. The other 2 will be Damari. Damari is great since it helps to multi-attack in the deck a little bit. Doing is on attack, end of battle that you attack, counter button +1, retire our opponent's front row rear, and then if our Vanguard is Nirvana, which it will be, then call a grade 0 from our drop zone. That's it. I mean, it'll be like, oh, it's a grade 0, but there's a lot of card in this deck that helps make grade 0 hit. Then you play one copy of Horn of Blessing, which is kind of like a pseudo arcs, but you have to discard it. But I just want to play one way if if I can't overdress with arcs and I need hand, or I don't really need Elgar at this point, or can't Elgar, I'll just discard it for like the extra draw. It's the end of our grade 3 lineup. Then we have our grade 2 lineup, which is 4 Elgar. Elgar is our second multi-attacking engine, first which works with Damari. Since Damari's skill is on attack, after the attack, call like a Trickstar on top of it. Then when Trickstar attacks, and Trickstar attack, then you overdress into Elgar to attack one more time. And it's also a counter charger in the deck. And also it's also 15k shield at the same time since on overdress, which is great. And of course for arcs, it's a good stable, it's a main stable. You need arcs. Turn-2 arcs is like just the best thing, cause draw, unless the 2 draw you get from the arcs is just depressing, which is understandable. And the last grade 2 is Mount Cannon, which is one of the card that helps our grade 0 to hit, since the skill is on the front row rear guard. When our grade 0 unit attacks for this turn, the attacking unit and this unit get power +5k, which essentially makes our grade 0 5k on attack for that turn, and just make him the 13k beater mystic since it's on 8k base. Then we have simply 4 Milim. 4 Milim from the festival collection. I play Milim instead of the grade 1 double rare from set 2 that on this card your turn goes to. So since I rather have the on battle where you overdress, then it's sure to so instead for the extra 5k power, since that extra 5k power it will be quite crucial sometimes, since every power counts in overdress, and it helps a bit and it also helps for arcs a bit and Elgar as well, since arcs is turns the 5k from arcs is only for that turn where you overdress him. Then we have 3 Alma, which is another card that makes our grade 0 hits, which is continuous rear guard. When this unit boosts a grade 0 for that battle, that unit get +5k. Since in 8k booster, it becomes a 13k booster for any grade 0 even our triggers or trickstar. So it becomes a 18k. So that column is like a 18k column, which is hitting for magic number. Women have to guard with 10 or 15k, and in working with Mount Cannon, it becomes a 23, which is technically another magic number, since a woman can guard with 25k or anything that's somehow 10k because of weird skills something. Then with 4PG, of course, I'm wondering why is it not the Twin Buckler. I was the shop kind of sold out of Twin Buckler, and I wasn't like lazy to get more when I going for Sec 2. And the world was quite crying, so I can't really buy PG since PG's prices went up since they aren't gonna bring it, but it doesn't really make a difference unless like late game, to be honest. Of course, 3 Trickstar. Our main grade 0 that we need, they're going to be calling from Damari, from Nirvana, and for Alga skill, very important, and for this to boost Trickstar as well. And for trigger lineup, of course, is Nirvana. It's just good. We stand Vanguard, I can't last on again. Then we play 3 draws. Of course, this card deck lacks quite a bit of draw. Even with arcs and black and horn, you still won't get a lot of hard in hand. So let's play draw, and even if you draw into draw, you can just discard it early game as fodder to write from the right deck. Then we are playing 4 crits, not 8 or 7 crits because of the draws. And we also playing 4 fronts since we are playing like quite decent amount of grade, not really decent amount of grade 0, but sometimes we'll be needing to call grade 0 since so play fronts to make like your front row has a better chance of hitting up your opponent's rear. Hitting your opponent's Vanguard. Sorry. And for heals, that's it. There's no tension state since deck space and since deck space, and you, to be fair, you don't really need tension state in my opinion, since you're just trying to hit for magic number until the hit for magic number. Since you're gonna rush Alga early game, force opponent to be at around 4 to 5, then you're just trying to hit everything for magic number and just Damari to call Trickstar and Mount Cannon aside, or have Elna to boost. Even if you have like a trigger of hands, as long as you have Elna or Mount Cannon, they will still hit since it says any grade 0. So you can just call the triggers, any trigger, and you'll still hit. Even you over trigger if you drew into it, sadly. And then show the main combo. I'm not gonna edit everything because I'm a lazy man. It's gonna take some time. Sorry about it. The main combo we like on Vanguard, like it's like you need like mainly you have like 3 soul in Vanguard and 2 and have 2 face icon bloods. It's just 1 Trickstar. It's 2 face icon bloods right here, 3 casting soul. Then your lane will be Damari. Then you have this column can be any column, but I'll just put Mount Cannon just for the extra power. Then for the extra power, then for this, we can have 2 million here and 1 Elna here. Can be anything, can be 1 million or the Elna over here, who knows, but million first. You swing with Damari, end of turn, counter blast, end of the battle, counter blast 1, soul blast 1. You retire, then you call a Trickstar on top of him to retire for the second attack, where you boost the Trickstar skill plus extra 5k 18k, Mount Cannon skill plus another 5k, which becomes 23k. Check. Is it? Yeah, 23k. Then end of the battle that you attack Soul Blast 2. Then you overdress into Alga, and it's now a 20k without. And it's now 20 without personal riding. Then you attack with the Nirvana. Then you are counter charge with Alga skill. Then you counter blast from Nirvana skill plus on the 10k. Then you swing with one cannon. Then you swing with Alga. Alga right now is 30k from the overdress and from the Nirvana skill. Then shove both million into your soul to give it plus another 10k since it's 5k per million. Becomes a 40k feed stick while you're also refreshing your cards in your soul. That's the most ideal combo for this deck, since you're gaining back the 2 souls that you get from soul blasting for Alga. Alright. There's also another ideal board which is this is the starting. You have 3 souls which you can always use Damari and Alami Alga combo if you can. So this. Then the other Concord board that you would like is having Trickstars at the side. It's having 2 Trickstars at the side and having 4 cards in soul. This is what if this you only do this if you have like nothing, or you like can't, or you have like do this if you have like enough cards in soul to do it, which is the double Alga, which is double Alga. Swing on attack 18k, and on battle Soul Blast 2, which is Soul Blast 2. Then you ride it. Then this lane again, same thing, Soul Blast 2, and on battle to Alga. Then you swing to counter blast plus 10k. Then you swing with one. Then you swing with the other one. Then it goes to soul. Yeah. You can also swap one Elena from this side for another million. Then boosts. Then when this attacks, both the million can go to soul. Yeah. Which is why I prefer million more, since you can just prepare your soul into the battle phase and you don't have to wait, and it's not have to be discarded on your turn, which is not very useful like in the late game or from the mid to late game, since you're not going to discard to ride anymore, and the only thing you're discarding for is Nirvana skill, but you pretty sure don't really want, since when you be discarding is once per turn, while million is like you can just refresh your soul for next turn already. That's the gist of it. I hope you guys like enjoy it, like the deck, have like inspiration. You can obviously mess around. If you want Tensor Shift or Guarantee Persona, you can go ahead. If you want Valiante for like Fat Power, you can, but it doesn't really work, since right now our deck is the overdress deck is focusing on the Grid 0 Rush with Alga to multi-attack instead of the Valiante, Valiante for fat power hits. So yeah, thanks you guys for watching. This is surprisingly fast. This is surprisingly shorter video than I expected, but goodbye.